Hey YouTube, Incendar here. Today I want to talk a little about the new dry fish nodes all over the place in the ocean and sea. And this was brought to my attention from a video last week from WannabeX. Any chance you could do some serious testing with dried fish nodes all over the ocean, recently added, with enough advanced fish packaging, could be decent money. And if you have the right workforce, it could potentially rival the Calfian trade crates. Now, the reason I kind of like this is because, well, since I've begun playing, like I started with cooking, kept lowering the time to 15 minutes, so I could AFK 15 minutes at a time. But eventually, even that became a pain. And my goal has always been to AFK as much as possible and also make the most amount of silver doing the least amount possible. And I did that with CP and workers. I recently moved to processing, doing tons of crates, but I came to the quick conclusion that, well, you probably see these people near storage all the time, just processing 24 hours a day, cutting wood, melting ores, and it's good, and that's great profit for traders. The only thing I don't like about it, you know, depending upon your weight, you have to keep coming back every 2 or 3 hours. So I was thinking, you know, I needed something that's even more AFK. And even before I got that message, somebody was telling me about how they were using the dried fish for the Imperial crate and some other cooking stuff, I guess, like pet food and whatnot. And this might help too if you hate the Imperial crates, like the smelling tea or, you know, honey wine. This could be a viable option, but this is also a great potential option for somebody who wants to AFK or be passive income even more, or wants to be involved with the upcoming trade changes when it won't be able to be dropped down to 80%. Because what you can do, I'm going to switch to node view. You can see I picked up, well, for the original test, I picked up like 4 of these things just to see how many fish could be brought in. And the results were pretty good after 24 hours. I only started this a couple days ago. So I picked up a bunch more nodes. And you can see these nodes, a lot of them have 2 fish. And if you mouse over, you can actually see what kind of fish they give. And you could probably optimize this. I don't know if this will be great for somebody with low CP, but if you have more, you know, higher CP, I think it's a pretty good chance that you'll be able to convert some nodes over to these. And there might be less profit initially. Like if you have already a timber setup where you just process all day long, but you want to be AFK more and just totally remove yourself from that processing stuff, you can probably move the CP over here or test this out too, and maybe try to get all the same fish to even optimize this more. But what I did is I sent a bunch of yellow workers from Calfian, and I just want to take a look here. I've only been doing this for 2 days, and I didn't really have all the nodes. I've really bumped this up a bit just to see how far you can push it. And you can see you get tons of different kinds of dried fish. And you could probably, like I said earlier, just optimize that into a particular fish. But you are getting so many fish from this. And the great thing is, you're not doing really anything. Now, normally you would get the timber or the ore and process it. But with this, you've already got the materials to make the trade crates. So if you go to your fish workbench, you know, all these different kind of fish automatically turn into crates. So you can have a network set up bringing these dried fish in, and then have other workers just making the crates, and just come in and feed beer. And that's pretty much all you'd have to do to stack up tons of crates over time. If you're starting this out, yeah, you probably want to get some workers on there and let them run for at least a couple weeks, maybe a month, and just totally accumulate those dried fish, you know, particular dried fish too. And then at some point you can set a worker just starting to pump these crates out. And if you got a worker with Thrifty, it's going to cut down those fish. And this is pretty much the most passive trading I've ever seen. I've been doing the processing with the different crates and saving up, of course, for when trade changes. But this seems like it could really work out. Obviously, I'm just getting started on it. I won't know for sure for a couple weeks. I'm going to see how, you know, if the production's steady and keeps coming in. I'm going to also try to pick up all the nodes and just see what that does too. And I'll do a video with results on that in a couple weeks or maybe a month. But this is definitely a viable option. If you cook, you're going to love these fish. You're going to be using them anyway. And for trading, I can see a lot of potential here because some of these crates have some pretty good prices. Of course, I can throw these up real quick. the different fish you can use in cooking and the fried fish recipe. But there's a lot of different things you can do with this. So I'm just putting it out there just to think about this. This might be something you're interested in. Right now, I'm particularly interested in becoming even more AFK, checking in twice a day, and that's it. And just having the silver roll in. And I think this is one way, and even if you do processing and trade crates already, you can just add this, on top of that. So I hope this helps you guys out, and leave a comment on your thoughts. And if there's a video you want me to do or something in the game giving you difficulty, let me know. I did buy another account that I can start out fresh and maybe make some videos there showing how to initially set up the game and whatnot. So, but leave a comment, and thanks a lot. Click subscribe to get notifications whenever there's new videos. I'm Incendar on the NA server if you want to contact me in game. And thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys next time.